Hi everyone, the Affordable Care Act here, the internet's busiest music nerd, and it's time for a review of the new Remo Drive album, Greatest Hits. Minnesota emo upstarts Remo Drive, they are here with their debut full-length album. I've been excited to see what these guys would do as far as an album goes ever since I heard their song You're Killing Me, which was attached to an awesome music video on YouTube that I hyped up during one of my best worst track segments. A lot of people in my audience took to the song, took to the band, was really happy to see that, especially since it felt like what the band was doing on that track, it felt like they had something special. And I'm just gonna come out and say this. For the emo kids out there, this is most likely gonna be your album of the year. I'm just saying it. Most likely your album of the year if you're one of those damn emo kids. And it's because of what I've been saying all along in a lot of my recent emo reviews. If these new bands that are trying to keep the torch lit want to come out with a great record, want to keep the genre alive, it's going to take more than some messily played generic guitar chords and some noodly math rock leads and you moaning your way through whatever poetic word salad you've written up. You need a song, you need a structure, you need a memorable refrain. You need moments where not everybody is just, trying to play as hard and as emotionally as they can at all moments from the start to the end of the song. If all you want to do is vent, get a diary. You're recording an album. You're recording music. Act like it. Remo Drive made a good emo record here because they came into this record with good fundamentals, as evidenced on numerous tracks on this album, backed with quality memorable hooks, relatable verses with smart lyrics that you can actually hear, and some really fun explosive performances. Not just on the song You're Killing Me, which is a fantastic indie rock barn burner, definitely one of the best singles of the year. Driving guitar chords on this thing, climactic chorus which is built up to with really dramatic verses that are densely packed with hilariously self-destructive lyrics. And at the 120 point in the song, from then on, we kind of get this really cool, fun instrumental jam. So the track is well structured, but we get kind of a surprise too. On the song Trying to Fool You, we have some in utero-ish, heavy, grungy, distorted guitar chords. It's a bit of a cool 90s throwback, but the band takes the edge off of that with some pop-punk vocal and guitar melodies, and some woe is me lyrics about feeling like an asshole and saying goodbye. On the song I'm My Own Doctor, we have some kind of weird, neurotic, hypochondriac-type lyrics. Maybe it's metaphorical, not totally sure. All I know is it's not the typical lyrical affair that you get out of an emo tune. Maybe if you read deeper into what's being said here, you can pick up messages about feeling imperfect or wanting to fix problems about yourself that you're imagining. The song Art School is a good opener too. Love the lyrics on this track, and the rowdy verses transition awesomely into these ascending and descending guitar riffs. And the song Summertime has this loud, soft kind of quality to it that reminds me of some American football. And God, is there a lot of Get Up Kids influence on this album. And the band may have also heard of a little record called Pinkerton. Just a guess, they might have heard it in passing, like maybe a friend of theirs was playing it at a party. And for whatever reason, the lead vocal melody on the song Eat Shit kind of read to me as musical theater. I am singing like this and projecting my voice. This is a good rock album. It's a good debut album for the band. It's been turning heads, and I think it will continue to with underground rock fans throughout the year. And since it seems like the band is getting quite a bit of attention off of this record, hopefully they can springboard off of this into something even better. Because if I am being honest with myself, I do think Greatest Hits, while it is good, it is far from perfect. The band does drown in their influences quite a bit on this record, I feel. And while they are true to the emo sound, do I think they reinvigorate it? Do I think they carve out a distinct sound within it? Not consistently, at least. The production on this album, I feel, is somewhat lackluster. The guitars and vocals are especially brittle, and that gets really grating as the album draws on. And I think there are some performances on this record that could have been re-recorded or edited to sound a bit smoother, where the drums and the guitars don't quite line up, when you could tell they're trying to do some kind of syncopated hit to build up some energy, but it falls a little flat. Namely on the song Crash Test Rating, which is kind of a shame because that's one of my favorite songs on the entire record. Kind of the same thing with the track Name Brand, where a lot of the build-ups and drum feels just feel kind of off. I mean, the drums, especially on that track, sound like they were captured on a single microphone on the other side of the room from the drummer, instead of like being properly mic'd with every single drum. You know, while it would be nice if Remo Drive did do something a little more musically adventurous and a little more refreshing, I think this album and whatever the band comes out with in the future would be greatly improved if just the recording and the mixing was better and cleaner, and the band had actually, you know, made sure that once they left the studio, they had their best and tightest performances that they could do. Because again, I think there were at least a few tracks here that could have used maybe a different take. But having said all that, I'm feeling a light 7 on this record, really excited for what the band is coming out with in the future and doing from here. Seems like they're off to a great start, and I hope you guys feel the same. Transition! Let me know down in the comments what your record store day list picks are looking like. What are you going to be looking out for this record store day? And I will manage to put some related videos I think you should check out next to my head subscription official website too. And eat your fruits and veggies on record store day. Stay hydrated so you don't get stuck in the line and then you get thirsty and then you got to leave the line to get a drink and then you lose your spot. You know, bring a bottle of water. You know, make sure you stay warm and toasty and that, you know, you're good. Take care of yourself. Take care of each other. I love you forever.